see because it is all dungeons. Oh, we can start here. So we'll save that for when we actually see it, I think.
Yeah, looks like we are getting underway here. Immediately finding the Swamp Palace small key. All right.
Can you explain that one for us?
I will explain that one for you. So Swamp Palace has obviously one locked door in it, and it's right at the start. It is right after the first chest, which always has to have the small key, of course. In a typical game. And Key Sanity, of course, you know, that key is somewhere else. And it basically locks the entirety of Swamp Palace behind that one small key. So it's actually almost pretty notorious, I'd say. Almost as notorious as the GT Big Key. If Swamp happens to be a crystal, that Swamp small key can be almost anywhere, right? But no, here it is, right at the start, right away.
Oh, speaking of stuff that's right there at the start, the Master Sword right off the bat, it's going to make escape, which isn't really that difficult, that much more easy. It's also one of our keys to get into Aghahnim's tower, of course, which we will have to be doing at some point.
Yeah, it's not very often you get to do Master Sword Escape. This will actually... I'm sure the tactics change very slightly because you're not going to have to... You won't have to two-hit green guards. You don't have to spin attack the blues, though it may still be faster. Look at these sword beams for farming. It's actually pretty quick. You don't have to deal with clinking on the swords.
I think that's one of the major benefits. It's just when you have the sword beams, it makes farming these enemies for bombs much simpler. Oh, that blue guard.
Oh, no sword beams
Noticing
anymore.
right away.
And since this is standard, we will have to get through the escape sequence, meaning that the keys for this dungeon are going to have to be in this dungeon, and that was the one small key right there that we just got. I guess we should repeat this just because we'll be on the VOD. This is all dungeons standard, Uncle Assured, Key Sanity, and in normal difficulty. So we're getting keys, we're doing escape, we're doing all of the dungeons, which is actually pretty significant, considering we're also going to have to find the keys for those dungeons as well.
Yes.
I think it's typically a thing you'll see. The higher seed players since they pick their first match, since they pick the settings for the match. I think you'll see some higher tier players maybe do some modes and difficulties that they're more comfortable with than they think other people would be. Like you'll probably see a lot of maybe hard modes or inverteds or key sanity, just things that aren't ordinary. Things that would reward practice and execution, like all dungeons, say, as well, would do that, I think.
I would agree with that, yeah. Obviously, if you're more experienced, you're going to be able to get through these a lot easier, and something like hard might not actually be hard for you. It might just be something you're expected to do at that point.
Yeah, since hard limits your hearts and your armor and your sword, it actually, for some people, it may not even feel much different than normal, considering, you might not find all those things anyway.
It's very true. We did find a bottle in Zelda's chest, so that will be useful in a little bit. It's always nice to find those early, typically before you go to Kakariko, especially in Standard. No bombs yet, though.
Yeah,
So
no
annoying.
bombs. I think with the extra power of the Master Sword and the sword beams, it'll make farming extremely easy. I want to see the snake room coming up here. I hope he just spams sword beams. Like he's gonna, since those do like fighter slash damage. I want to see him like shoot 8 sword beams from the right side to all the snakes.
Hopefully this rat does not tackle him. That would be a bad time to lose your sword beams.
Alright, here we go. Here's all these snakes. Oh, yeah, he's doing it. Well, kind of. It was about half and half. But still no bombs.
Still nothing. But you come into that room with sword beams or master sword, you gotta do it. And there's a fairy.
A little more rare than a bomb, but Oh wow.
Well, that thing I was talking about before, maps, you don't actually see what anything is on the map until you find the map somewhere. So you won't see if a dungeon's a crystal or a pendant until you find that. It's not as relevant for this because this is all dungeons, but they're somewhat important, I would say, in normal key sanity.
Yeah. So as you said, you typically press X to check the map, and you'll see what dungeons or crystals and pendant. Well, on Key Sanity, those do not display until you have the map. Oh, hey, nice 4 bomb drop just in time.
Timely.
Yeah, those don't display on the map until you actually find the map of that dungeon. And I believe the map is guaranteed to be before the boss of a dungeon. I think that's how it works. Wow, the big and small key of Swamp Palace already. Very nice.
That's a good find as well, because the big key to Swamp Palace, of course, is not required to complete it. All that's required for is the big chest. And it can be a little annoying to have to go in there and then come back later when you find the big key in Key Sanity.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the worst big chests to go back to. I think Palace of Darkness would be a pretty bad one too. Skullwoods isn't that bad. Uh, I guess you'd also come back for Helmasaur in this case, being all dungeons, if you had to go to the pod big chest. That one's still pretty far away. Well, yeah, that's cool. I'm pretty set for the whole Kakariko dip here. We'll have enough rupees to get all the stuff once we get all the 5 rupees underneath the pots, and we have the bombs for everything. I know we just started, but something's in swamp, right? I mean,
Well, you'd think so.
it's a randomizer.
Yeah. I am interested that FEARAgent's going straight here to the woods section. I was curious to see what the players would opt to do. Considering this is all dungeons, we have to do Aghanim's Tower anyway, just to see if there's something in Lumberjack, because that might affect you later. But FEARAgent for
Oh,
now, at
that's
least.
true.
Not
Yeah,
interested.
yeah. It seems likely that there will be a key up there, right? It's with all the extra stuff in the pool. It's overworld spots become a bit more important to check. I feel. Um, skipping things is not all that great. I don't think it's a good idea. These players might think otherwise, but personally, I don't think so.
Yeah, I would agree with
So,
you.
but maybe they're thinking that if they have to do Agahnim anyway, that there's really no point in checking it because they could just go dash up there and get it later, perhaps. I'm not sure.
Perhaps. Oh, we are coming up on our first little treasure trove here in Kakariko. Blind set. So quite a few items down here.
Yeah, we're about to get 5 here and 5 in the other one. So, hope you're paying attention, Tracker. We're about to get a lot of text on keys, probably.
Oh.
Okay, well, that's pretty good. No text on that one. And there is the first of many Palace of Darkness keys.
Many.
Yeah, there are 6 pod keys. They are all logically required to finish the dungeon, and each one opens up just a little more of the dungeon where you can go in and get more chests. Pod, I think more than any other dungeon, is very important to use keys effectively.
Yeah, I think so. One interesting thing is I don't believe during the Key Sanity tournament, where this mode was more shown, I guess, was the bottle glitch that lets you kind of get around a few doors. Well, I guess you would need the bow anyway. But there are ways to avoid spending key. Oh, there's Swamp Palace map.
What did I say?
What did you say?
I said it's Swamp Palace. It's got to have something.
You did say that. There's our mitts.
Wow. It's our method of getting into Swamp Palace.
We're getting there.
I mean, I guess they'll need the hammer shortly after getting to Swamp Palace anyway, but that's besides the point.
We also need something for our feet, I think.
Yeah.
Something to look in. But it's certainly looking like Swamp Palace is going to have something.
Maybe they're just luring you to Swamp Palace to check the hint there. I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Sure. Alright, well, this early flute's going to be really nice for mobility. Getting around everywhere you want to go. Oh,
That is not the right way. And also, I've totally done that before too.
it happens. Thankfully, we have plenty of bombs for FEARAgent, so
Yeah, that might have been a little scary if that was his last bomb. Not that he didn't have like the money to buy more, but it's still nice to be able to save bombs, especially when your maximum capacity is 10.
yeah, upgrades are not in this version of the randomizer. So, ooh, there's our Moon Pearl.
Wow, Kakariko I'm sorry, Thieves Town access, or Dark World access, everything access, dude. It's everywhere. We can go everywhere now. Not really.
Not everywhere, but we can go to a lot more places now. It's pretty early Dark World access. It's a good thing and a bad thing, but I guess it's.
He's going to the Dark World.
It's like, all right.
Oh boy, that's exciting. I'm down for this. So just to reiterate, I believe the capacity upgrades are still at the they're in their vanilla location at the water, not the waterfall, the pond of happiness, I think is what they call it. It's down in the lake right above the warp and ice palace. You can go in there and buy capacity upgrades, and they actually refill your ammo's count as well. So if you have 0 bombs going to ice palace, it might not be a bad idea just to go fill up your bombs right there.
Yeah, I think so. The name Pond of Happiness, I'm not super 100% agree with because happiness is not particularly an emotion I felt finding capacity upgrades.
That's
But,
true.
Right, that's a GT small key.
Yeah, there are 4 GT small keys, and we do need. Well, I guess if we already have the GT big key, if we have no other reason to be in GT, we only need 0, because there's the free one out of the pot to the left, and that's all you're gonna need. Oh, that's a little scary. Those guys do 2 hearts, but luckily it's a heart in that center pot area there.
It's also worth noting that even in Key Sanity, that small key underneath the pot in Skullwoods in that room there is always going to be there. Just because if you fell in there without the small key, you'd have to save and quit to get out. So that key will always be there in that chest.
Yep, they want to prevent a forced save and quit in dungeons. You can be forced to death warp in dungeons. It's possible in Ice Palace to need to start at the top of the dungeon again to take a different path. That is something that can happen. But if you're not, bomb jumping, which is why you should learn the Ice Palace bomb jump. But in this case, since you drop down into Skullwoods, it doesn't. There's not like any applicable exit. Like you'll be stuck at that drop down point. So they have to put a key there to prevent you from having to save and quit to actually leave the dungeon. Berna, not the best, but
Not the worst.
Yeah.
It's the story of the Berna. It's not the best. It's not the worst. That's all we can do here for now, since we lack the fire rod, so...
Yeah, no fire rod, no big key to check the big chest, so we are gonna get out of here and I guess head down to the village, because there's nothing really to the east right here.
Well, we could check Bumper Cave Ledge if we wanted to. Looks like FEARAgent is going to be opting to do that. What do we have?
Just 10 arrows, so that cape will remain quite useless, especially since we already have Berna. Alright, I'd be interested to see if we're actually going to go into Thieves Town right now. It is very early, so it's highly possible that those first 4 chests in there are going to be something useful. I would think, but we also have access to a lot more Dark World as well. So with the flute and mitts, it wouldn't take long to get back to Thieves Town anyway. Perhaps if we find the hammer elsewhere and can guarantee if we'll clear the dungeon. So I could definitely see skipping it right now, just going all the way down to Hype Cave or something like that. But coming down here to this first makes me think that he's going to go up, check the chess game, and then jump into Thieves Town. But maybe not. Oh, you know what? This is Key Sanity. They need the big key of Thieves Town to actually get anywhere past the first 4. So That actually might be worthwhile, huh? Just to go in there, get the first 4 chests, and then take the Death Ward back out. That actually would make sense, I think.
Yeah, I think if you're going to come to the Dark Village this early, it's definitely worth it to dip in there and grab those 4. Even if you Death Warp out and just go down to Hype Cave from there, I think it's definitely worth your time.
Yeah, I think the first 4 would actually be pretty okay check right now, and I think that's what he's going to be doing. We did see the Desert Palace big key, which is good. We will need that. We will need the majority of the big keys. We might not need the Swamp Palace and Skull Woods big key.
We got one of them at least. But...
We got one of them already, though.
There's our map of Turtle Rock. Again, maps aren't too useful in all dungeons, but I guess it's good to know for the Pyramid Fairy location which ones are red and which ones aren't. There's a small key to Turtle Rock as well.
Yeah, it's very not that useful information to know what is pendants and crystals, considering that you'll have that information anyway after cleaning the dungeon. But think of all the frames you could save by not checking your map. It's pretty insane.
Yes, that is pretty good. It's also worth noting that Sarashula and the Dark World Bomb Shop salesman will tell you what the 5 and 6 crystal and green pendant are. So in normal Kisene, that's very useful information. You might head that way to talk to them, get it on your little note sheet for later.
I didn't think we'd get an unfortunate health refill, but I guess with those enemies still doing 2 hearts of damage, it really wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's very easy to get mauled in here. Kicked out. Now we're heading down to the South Dark World trip.
Yeah, barely has enough money to do the race game. Not the race game, what the heck? The digging game, which is the Dark World of the race game, which we haven't seen yet because Fear decided to hop right into the Dark World instead of heading down this way. If we get a mirror, that would be pretty great for routing. Oh man, I want to see it.
You're gonna see it right here, right now.
I'm gonna dig up the mirror. That would be super great.
Dude,
Not only would we be able to check the stuff on the way to Hype Cave, after Hype Cave we can mirror and just check all the stuff down there too.
Oh boy.
Well, Fire Rod's pretty good too, I guess.
It is, but it's a little annoying because FEARAgent's already been in the Skullwoods area. You don't want to have to go back there right now. Jay's going to put that off for now.
Now, I don't think we have any Skullwood small keys, so you can still get to Mothula with the guaranteed keys. There's the one underneath the pot right before you get to the last section. You can use that key and then the key from the Gibdo in the back to get to Mothula, although the item logic says that you do need all 3 small keys in order to get to Mothula. So probably not all that excited about going over there right now. Maybe until we get a little more direction. Might put that off for a little bit.
Yeah, we still have plenty of items here. We have the 5 in Hype Cave, and then because we got the flute and the Mitsu early, we can actually check the Mire shed as well. Maybe get some information on the medallion. Dangerous.
Watch out for these spears. It's going to be a little scary. Alright, we're good. And yeah, there's the mirror. Yo, it doesn't get much more convenient than that. That's pretty great. Now he just has to avoid taking a dying because...
Taking a dying.
Yeah, taking a dying, because that is not a lot of health right here. These enemies will bop you pretty hard. Oh, but he's opting to save and quit out. That's interesting. Where's he going? Is he going up to Hera, maybe?
Okay, I guess the reason he saved and quit there is because he wanted the health refill, because South Shore, it's in the Light World, not... Oh, what? Hold on.
I think it's moving to 7.
Nope, we're going to the Mire shed.
And Desert, perhaps. He does have the Desert big key.
He does, and he does have the mirror as well. It's quite a few items over here.
Well, that's interesting. I think... I do like this, but I also think I might have checked out the mini Moldorm first. But that's okay. We'll see what happens here. Bamos for Misery Mire today. Well, we will need to find that, because this is all dungeons.
Yep, alrighty.
Hey, hey.
Speaking
all
of
right.
convenient,
All right. I'm pretty down for this play now. If you were thinking, man, what if I need the boots to finish or do anything else in desert? Well, we got you covered. I don't know. I might have taken that 50.
yeah, it's still at the point where we're going to need to spend some of these for these item locations like Zora and to get into Palace of Darkness later. Every little bit helps. You don't want to regret not picking up rupees.
This. Oh, just a hard piece. Well, that kind of stinks. What's the hint say? A unique item held by someone friendly. Did we get one of those already? Is there really like any someone friendlies we've talked to other
Does
than
Stumpy
Bottle?
count?
Yeah, I think he does actually, and we
Yeah,
did
he
get
did
the
give us
single ale.
yeah.
It is considered a unique item. That's pretty funny.
That could just be a very elaborate trick by the seed. We'll find out later, I guess.
Oh yeah, Sick Kid had the Moon Pearl as well, so that's already applied to two things.
Ugh.
Well, nothing in desert. We don't have the small key to check out the right side. We do have the big key and fire to get to the boss, though the logic does say that you'd need the small key as well, because you can steal this small key back here and go use it in the front half. I don't think he's going to do that since this is all dungeons. So he's probably just going to go find landmolls right now and not have to worry about it. Like, if there's nothing in that right side of Desert Palace, we just completely forget about the key now.
Thankfully, the flute and the mirror make it pretty easy to get back here either way, so you have to go through the process of reading the book to get inside, which is very slow and involves reading.
Yeah. That flute and mitts also will get us to Skull Woods quickly if we want to go all the way to...
I don't know about
If we want
that.
to go all the way to Mothula with this. I don't know. Fire and Power actually seems pretty not that bad right now. Having a Master Sword isn't too bad on Moth, and this is actually a pretty acceptable amount of health, I feel, even with Green Mail. Alright, it's going to take 2 Fire Rod shots for each of these. Unfortunately, got a short hop off that first guy there. So we're going to be a little low on one shot. We're going to need to use a couple spins here and slashes. Yeah, not too bad at all.
Oh, that works for compass. Compasses are not... They're useful for if you're just getting to rando and key sanity. But if you're an experienced runner like these two, then they don't really affect much.
Yeah, you'll get a little display underneath your rupee count of how many chests that you've checked in the dungeon. Go to Agahnim's cave. It doesn't get much faster than this. Oh, okay, he's going to checkerboard into Agahnim. Got it. Yeah, it gives you a little display on how many chests are left in the dungeon if you have the compass for that dungeon. Not really that useful, but it gives at least some purpose to the compass, I suppose.
More than it has in normal.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright, just a big 20.
That was a pretty early dungeon. About 20 minutes in, we already got our first dungeon done here in all dungeons. And key sanity, that's actually pretty impressive, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Man, I was really hoping Desert Big Chest had something, because that would have been pretty great. If, after that. I don't know, it just seemed like really random to come here first thing, but you can't complain with results, those boots.
Yeah, the boots are definitely a happy find. Alright. Where are we going now, FEARAgent?
Is he gonna go to Mothula? Oh man, say it so.
It's looking like it.
Mini Moldorm Cave is 5 items, and it's been also just a suggestion, I guess. I don't know. I'm not the one playing. But, I will say that I typically give this advice out, that if you can complete a dungeon that you have to do, just go do it. Might be going a little extreme in this case, but I mean, it can't complain.
I guess
I mean,
not.
That's exactly what I like doing, and he's doing it.
I feel like it's a little weirder in Key Sanity just to play that, because normally I agree with you, but Key Sanity might be leaving items behind and such. But in any case, FEARAgent is interested, apparently.
Yeah, just do what you have to do, and I don't know. It's very difficult to follow the logic of Key Sanity considering what it has to be to prevent soft locks. This is by no means going to be in logic. Needing all 3 small keys in Skullwoods to get to Mothula, and we have none. So that's pretty fun. This is why logic and Key Sanity is pretty crazy. It's so easy to ignore it. We're gonna try to. Okay, good. That mummy played nice. See if we can hit that guy. You can hit that Gibdo into the spike, and he dies super quick if you can do that, but it's a little difficult.
And they walk in a very strange way, as you can tell.
Oh yeah, and you want to be.
Oh no!
Oh no! And there goes the key too. You know what? I think in this case, I might actually go try to get that chest under the bridge first, just in case it happens to be a sword or something.
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably gonna go get it anyway, and you also have the mirror to get right back. And there's actually hearts on the way too. There's at least 1 heart you'll be able to get underneath the pot. That's under the bridge. A little low on magic here. It's got to be. Oh, that was not good. Now we've got nothing.
Yeah. So unless this Skibdo is nice and drops a full magic for us,
Nope, that's gonna do it then.
that is unfortunate. But it happens to everybody at some point.
Wow, not even gonna check the chest. He's just gonna dip out then, or maybe he's gonna go get the full magic. There's a full magic and a bomb wall over here. He might be going to grab this and is just gonna head right back.
Yeah, there is. You have to deal with this room though, which is a little annoying.
Yep, it's up here, so he's gonna need the small magic pot in the top left pot. Oh wait, no, he's not, because this isn't. He's not using Samaria. I think if he was using Samaria, he wouldn't be pushing the thing.
Oh.
Yo, Errior's back.
Alright, well.
He's leaving Agahnim Cave. Maybe he's already done desert. He definitely has the flute. He's going up Death Mountain. Does he have the boots? I might be able to tell. Definitely doesn't have the lamp.
Nope. Does not have the lamp, we can guarantee that.
Alright, Fear grabs that full magic and is headed back now. So it looks like he is still interested in taking down Mothula.
Oh,
It's nice game knowledge. It's nice game knowledge to have of where the full magics are, especially the full magics. You know, hearts and bombs and stuff are important too, but those full magics are really great.
Yeah, they can definitely impede your progress if you don't have any magic compared to not having hearts. There's a big key. Misery Mire.
Use the mirror. No, don't get hit. Oh, he's death warping. Okay. You know, Errior actually does have the silver arrows. I saw the little mark on his arrow count at the top there. That is the silver arrow icon. No idea where he found that. He also has the tempered sword. That's pretty cool.
That's a good sword to have.
Does have the boots. Okay, so he also made the same play over to the Mire area. It wouldn't surprise me if those silver arrows were just over in Mini Moldorm Cave. I just feel like that's
right.
Whoa! Speaking of Samaria that we were talking about, and I was talking about, like, yeah, I'm sure everyone was talking about Samaria actually.
There it is.
It's right here. Yeah, we'll grab it later. No, we'll grab it now. I guess has the book too? No, he doesn't have the book. He thought he had the book.
Alright, here comes FEARAgent and Mothula fight.
Alright. Oh, a little early shot there. It's going to take a combined 8 slashes and fire rod shots to take down Mothula. Or 4 spins, or whatever combination you can think of there. I totally just missed what that hint said.
Said the boots are near Misery Mire. Did you know that? First time hearing of it.
Really? You don't
Yeah.
say.
Oh,
Well,
we found a hook shot, apparently, too.
he has the hookshot too? What the heck?
I believe
I'm
we
gonna
just found
guess South Shore must be stacked, dude. It's it has to be.
it. Ooh, but FEARAgent
Whoa!
finding the bow.
My gosh, there's so much stuff. Well, perseverance paid off. That's great. I'm glad he
did.
stuck with that.
Grumble, grumble. That is one of the joke hints.
Yes, as indicated. He does not have the hookshot. Errior does not have the hookshot.
He does not? Okay, never mind.
Not according to this pause menu. I believe he did have Quake though. Yeah.
Okay.
I just gotta think South Shore must be stacked. There's no way it would be anything else, right? I guess. I don't know. I guess
Yeah.
we also haven't seen like the race game and the library.
Yeah, we haven't seen those either.
And
Guess we'll see.
Yeah, there's the dam item and the one under the water there. It's fine. We'll figure it out once Fear gets down that way. Errior is headed back up. Wait, did he just leave Hera? Oh, he doesn't have a Hera Big Key, I would imagine. That's probably why. Where is he going? Is he going... Oh, he's going to Spike Cave.
He does have the hammer, so...
Oh, wow, he has the hammer. He's not going to Spike Cave. He's going to East Death Mountain. That makes more sense. Well, wait, why'd you leave if you could go over here to East Death Mountain? I don't know. Oh, he had no bombs. Okay, that would explain why he went and bought bombs. Wait, aren't there bombs in a shop here, though?
I think you have to bomb the wall to get to that shop, don't you?
Okay, yeah, I think you're right, actually. That figures.
Alright. Meanwhile, we see FEARAgent clearing out these little spots up here by the sanctuary. Check the bonk rocks, got an 8 compass. Graveyard ledge having nothing useful. See what the king is hiding today. Just a piece of heart.
Oh no, Errior, stay with us. Okay, good. Oh, we were saying other times. Got it. Alright, East of Mountain's gotta be pretty lucrative, right? I mean, we already have... I don't know, we already have a bunch of stuff. What else could there possibly be? No, I'm just kidding. I guess we don't have the hookshot. The rest of hookshot... Oh, there's the hammer. It's just sitting right there.
Of course.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure Errior has already done all this stuff, but it's still new information for us, so we'll be able to see what all this stuff is. So I'm going to make the random call here and totally not having any information that we're going to find the silver arrows over here. We're going to find the tempered sword, maybe Quake. And those are just my predictions, though. You don't have to hold me to them or anything.
Alright, well, we'll see if you're right, Mikon. I don't know. It sounds a little far-fetched to me.
Mm-hmm. Is there actually not much in Paradox Cave, I guess? There's a lot of rupees and bombs, but that's about it. Figures that we get a bunch of bombs after he went and bought some.
Yeah. Well, the money's still helpful. 300. It's hard to... Alright, there's a small key to Misery Mire. And a small key to Misery Mire.
Other Mire small key. Wow, both of them. This is the Quick Medallion. I was almost right.
You were kind of right. We did find a small key to the castle tower as well.
Yeah, interesting to note that this is Key Sanity, so that... Oh, wow, there's the hookshot in Super Bunny Cave. Since this is Key Sanity, the 2 items that are guaranteed keys in Aghanim's tower are not guaranteed keys, so we're going to have to be finding both of those keys before we can go fight Agahnim, which we will have to do since this is all dungeons.
We will do that.
Well, dodge the bird. Very nice. You want to go in this cave.
Finding this hookshot right next to Hookshot Cave. Map to Cannon's Tower.
We'll be able to
Still
see
pretty useless in Key Sanity. Ooh, I believe your agent was setting up the water walk right there.
I think that's what I saw too. I also don't know anything about the water walk, and I'm going to take your word for it.
Yeah, well, if you dash along the pit in that room, that sets it up. Yeah, there we go. So you can run on this water here. It's pretty convenient.
Yeah, I'll say. We did see there was a big key on the floating island. Errior is interested enough to go grab that, which is understandable. There are a lot of big keys we still need.
There's a mushroom.
That big key is Skullwoods. Well, I know Errior hasn't been to Skullwoods yet, but he might be prompted to go there sooner, which would actually be pretty beneficial with that bow being on Mothula. Ooh, Turtle Rock
Oh,
is Quake.
that's interesting.
Let's go. We don't have a whole lot of keys to get through Turtle Rock, but we have enough to get the Chain Chomp item. Oh no! Fear!
Oh no.
That stinks, dude. I don't know where he was going to go. Oh, he's gonna go turn on the mushroom, probably. That would explain why he was walking out, I would think.
Well, thankfully, the fluid is just as good as walking.
Yeah,
Some might say it's better than walking. Oh, we're not going to turn to the mushroom.
that's fine.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
fine.
just as well.
Some bombs is in Swamp Palace.
Great. I've always wanted to count
Fantastic.
every single item I get in Swamp Palace to make sure that there's not bombs somewhere. That's pretty pointless. Not gonna lie. There's probably a lot of bombs in Swamp Palace.
Probably quite a few, yeah. There's the lamp.
Bad.
Alright, well, that is an important piece of information. There are quite a few lamp-locked areas in all dungeons. I guess it's not as important, but it's good to know.
Yeah, considering we already had the fire rod, it's probably not the best find, but I think still it's one of like the best convenient items. I think. Well, for me.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm just not comfortable
especially,
enough with dark rooms.
yeah. And one thing you have to think about is that Aghanim's Tower Dark is not something you usually do. Like, I know a lot of people do practice that just in case, but it's not something you're really gonna do a lot in like a normal rando seed. So
Yeah, it's really worth considering trying to find that lamp for that room because it's pretty under practiced, I would say, by a lot of people.
yeah,
We did see half magic in Turtle Rock, so that's pretty nice. Half magic and lamp is full of convenience items in here, and without any additional keys, this chain shop room will be the last chest we'll be able to check here. I mean, unless it's Turtle Rock key, is it?
nope.
No, it's not. It's
Skulls.
Skull. Great. Go to Skull Woods, Errior. I think he's gonna go there pretty soon.
That seems likely.
Oh no, we're going to Spike Cave first.
Well, we do have the means. We have an invincible item. Might as well. He's got that half magic too. It's gonna be not painful at all.
He's not gonna use hardly any of his magic here. With Berna, the boots in half. Alright, FEARAgent gonna take his peek into Tower of Hera. Not gonna be able to do too much in here without any keys. But it's a pretty quick check. And the hint just adds bonus to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very unhelpful hint this time. There's flippers in Spike. That was
Oh wow.
a good
When-
decision.
Yeah, when do we want to go to Ice Palace? Oh, the shovel was in there. I see. Okay. Yeah, okay. I totally missed when Errior got that.
You know, you say Ice Palace, but what were you saying earlier? Which dungeon?
The Swamp Palace dungeon.
Yeah, that one. Well, we have almost everything for it now.
I'm pretty sure we actually have everything for that.
We have everything for it. I don't know if we have the compass, but we have
Well,
pretty
that's
much.
true. That's true. Maybe we'll find the compass in Swamp Palace. And I'm pretty sure that's exactly what Errior's hoping to find when he heads there right now.
All right, does not look like Errior is. Well, you can check the tile even if you flood it. If you even after you flood it. So forget what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I don't think the screen transitions inside are really that worth it. Just
Yeah.
do it after you're flooded.
It's not interested in that heart container.
Where did Errior find silvers? I have no idea where he went to find these. Unless he went to... Oh, hey, that's a great
Again,
hint.
that is an amazing hint. Big key to Ganon's tower. That would be what Evilsbane refers to.
Yep, that
Is in Mimic Cave.
It's in Mimic Cave. I think they would get Mimic Cave anyway. Yeah, I think that... I don't know, maybe if you're go moding Turtle Rock and hoping that the big key is in GT, oh man, that would be a big pain not getting that hint. But I'm glad it's in the way enough that both runners are probably going to see that.
Yeah, I think that's going to be something they both end up checking. One way or the other, they're going to get that big key.
I see a mode command in chat that doesn't exist on this channel, so you can go ahead and say what mode we're doing. We are doing all dungeons key sanity. We are playing standard, so we had to do the escape sequence, and Uncle did have a sword for us. And we are in normal mode, or normal difficulty rather. This is not hard mode or anything.
Yep,
So,
that all sounds right.
yep, all dungeons. We're doing all the dungeons, and with key sanity, we're gonna have to find the keys for all those dungeons too. Errior is heading through Swamp Palace. We have all the Swamp Palace items necessary to complete it. It seems like a pretty good idea to me.
Yeah.
Fear is heading up Death Mountain. He's about to find his hookshot, which is in a great spot right before Hookshot Cave. And will, I guess, go to Swamp Palace afterwards, maybe?
It seems pretty tempting, I would say. So I would not disagree. Small key to Ganon's tower, that's number 2.
I guess Fear's probably more interested in heading into Turtle Rock right after this. You have the hookshot! Don't forget Hookshot Cave! Oh no, make sure you go back for that, dude.
Yeah, well, it's not too hard to just run all the way over there. Either
No,
way.
it's not. I don't know. Maybe I am guilty of this. I've done this before. You immediately get an item and immediately forget you have it and just don't do it. Like I think one time I got Tempered Sword right before Moldorm 2 and I decided just to hammer Moldorm 2 because I completely forgot I had Tempered Sword. Something like that. Yeah, with as early as we are in the race and still have so many items needed to finish the game, I think going left side first makes a whole lot of sense. There's no fear of there being like just the swamp map and compass over here or something useless like the big key leading to nothing, but I don't know. I mean, it still may be something useless, of course, but I believe it's faster to come check this now rather than coming back inside the dungeon to check it after fighting the boss.
Yeah, it is a bit faster just to get this out of the way. So I definitely agree with that. Especially in Key Sanity, where I guess the compass could still technically be over here, but what are the chances of that? There's our Thieves Town small key. That's important.
That's not a bad find. Okay, that's a little not better find, but
Man,
hey, Thieves Town small key's pretty good.
even in Key Sanity, compass somehow finds its way over here, even if it's for a different dungeon. But that small key is required to get to the big chest, of course, in Thieves Town.
Yeah, it will just be the one item, but who knows? It could be the oh, I was gonna say GT Big Key, but we actually know where that is already. It could be, I don't know, the Pod Big Key. Sure, we'll go with that.
Have we seen our bombs yet?
I was just about to ask. I was just about to ask. Have we seen bombs in Swamp yet? We probably have. If I see a junk item, I just immediately forget what it was. You can ask me 5 seconds later, what was in that chest over there? I couldn't tell you if it was bombs or arrows or what. Oh, no bombs. just the pod key, I guess, which is number 3.
I believe
I
you're
think.
correct. So, about halfway there. Well, we'll know one way or the other. Either way, Errior did not miss the bombs in Swamp Palace. It's a very important thing to
Yes,
find.
yes, he's got to be getting everything, so we can rest assured he will find those bombs.
And thankfully, we do have Tempered Sword. It's going to make the actual boss fight with Argus a bit more convenient.
Oh yeah, where did he get that sword? Probably the same place he found Silver's. Probably, I would, at this point, I would guess it
Ooh.
was in Sahasrara. That was pretty good. Attempted cycle there, early cycle there on this guy, Argus.
This jerk.
Yeah, this jerk. This guy. This jerk dude.
And he walked all over that jerk. There's the
There's
bombs!
the bombs. We found them.
And our red pendant.
Oh man, this Mario got intercepted by the chain chomps.
They're good at that.
They really are. Errior is going to either Ice Palace or way down here to find this hint.
The hint would be interesting to see. That would be the first time I've seen it personally, but could also be picking up this big key on this little island here and going to Ice Palace as well.
Oh, I don't think he's checked this because I actually think this is arrows.
Oh, it is arrows. Okay.
I can remember something when I don't pick it up, but when I do pick it up, I have no idea what it was.
Okay, well, plenty of arrows now. Are we going to pod? Or are we going
Fear?
to... We're going to...
Huh.
Hmm.
Maybe he wants to cash in this bow. I don't think we found anything for Eastern Palace yet, so that would be kind of weird to head in there, but pod seems probable, and probably stopping by Sahasrara's back door on the way. We'll see if that tempered sword is actually in here, and the silvers. Actually, the silvers wouldn't be too bad having the bow right now.
No, not at all. And Errior is checking out the hobo now. Lots of love from the hobo.
But Fear wishes he had that heart right now. One is not a lot. Don't kill yourself on this bomb, please.
Well, there's hearts in these pots, so it should be okay.
Yeah, that's true.
We find out that the green pendant is Turtle Rock.
What? Why didn't that block work? That was weird.
That was weird. No,
I have no idea.
well, it's not here. Must have been a race game and the library. I would have to think.
Yeah, that would be worthwhile to go back and get. Like if he didn't have, he would. There's no way he had boots right away. His first time through there, I would guess. But, it would have been worth it to go back and grab that. I think, even if it was Silver's or the Tempered Sword, even I think both of them would have been worthwhile to go back and get.
Absolutely.
Having the flute and the boots immediately to go get them. Interesting. We are seeing Errior going to Aghahnim's tower here. He has no. Oh wait, he does. He used one of his small keys, so he can access this chest, and that's nothing. So we're gone.
Fear did find a blue potion in the first chest and pod.
That's not bad.
It's alright.
He's almost in the market for one of those.
Almost. So, I guess the good thing about the Aghanim's tower locations are just that they're pretty early on. Bombos is in Turtle Rock. That's important to know.
Yeah, that is actually really good to know.
It's, of course,
'Cause
our
we
key
need-
into Mr. Mire.
Yeah. All right, that's not too bad. Of course, we've already been in Turtle Rock. We just need some more keys to get any further. All right, catfish time into Zora, I suppose, or has Errior? I don't think he's. Wait, he's checked this whole stuff. I don't think he had enough money to buy Zora's item when he was first here, though.
He does now. Let's see what Catfish does today. 20, and then on the right side of pod, 2 compasses.
Oh, that's right. Fear used fake flippers to check these. That's why I had thought Errior already checked them because he's the one with the flippers. But yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yep.
Whoops. Fear kind of misses that dash there off the top. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, look at all those guys. Hey, come back, Link. We want to play. No, don't leave. All right, everyone back to your positions. Wait, you need to hit the switch. Okay, well, he's going to go play with the guys anyway. All right.
All right.
They've been caged.
So one place that you can save a small key at here is this bomb jump right there.
Yeah, this pod bomb jump here, referred to as the hammer jump, is actually really important to know because you can potentially save the small key here. Oh, there's the pod big key inside pod. Very nice. And there's the desert small key on the Zora ledge.
Not bad. Yeah, that the hammer jump is pretty important to learn for key sanity as a mode overall, but it's just one of those things that you don't really use that much in normal rando. So I could definitely see a lot of runners not being aware of how exactly to set it up.
That front door there, that to the left of where Fear just went down, that middle door is actually really important not to open if you can avoid it. Saving a key there is actually really great because there's so many doors and things in pod that you use. Oh, nice shot off that bow. That you use a key to get one chest. I mean, there's 2 places in the vanilla randomizer where you can, spend a key to get a key, but that's probably not going to happen in here, right? You're gonna have to you know what I'm trying to say? You're gonna have to check them. You don't want to waste your keys on things. You want to be able to check everything. Is what I'm trying to say here.
It's a big key of Turtle Rock right there.
That's pretty good, knowing where Bamos is. I guess Errior doesn't know quite yet where Bamos is. What was I saying before? I was talking about something.
You're talking about how important it is to save your keys in pod and key sanity.
Yes. So with 4 small keys, you can actually get every chest in pod and the boss, with proper key usage. But you're gonna need 6 to get everything if you're opening up every door. So it's really important to know your stuff here. That hammer jump saves 1, and that middle door will save another 1, and then you can just check everything else.
Okay, Errior emptying out the magic for the fake powder glitch. Unfortunately, just yielding a big 20. That glitch, if you have no magic and you have the Cane of Samaria and Mushroom, and then you use the Cane of Samaria and then pause and immediately switch to the Mushroom, you will get the powder effect. So you can trigger the bat to spawn, get that item location, even if you don't have the magic powder. It's not the most important thing to know, but it's also very convenient if you can work it in, since it saves you potentially finding the magic powder, which can be behind some obscure item chain. So, yeah.
Even if you do have the magic powder, you can do that. In fact, if you have no magic, you can still do that to fake powder with the real powder.
I feel like that comes into play very, very rarely, but that's also good to know.
Yeah, I could potentially see use for it in like right before Moldarm 2, maybe, if you have no safeties for Ganon or anything. I don't know, because you don't get a health refill at that point. Why didn't Fear do Hammer Jump for the 3 chests? He may not just be comfortable with it. It's definitely something you're not going to be able to do on the fly if you don't know how to do it. With that said, though, I don't know. Maybe I would just pause and look up how to do it real quick. When I learned to do the hammer jump, it actually took me like 5 minutes. It was probably less than that. It was the guide I found. It was just an image guide, super easy. It told you what the pixels were to look for. It's actually very easy to do and set up. Yeah, well, that's Helmsor down. We only got the red boomerang, so that isn't all that great. Yay.
Yay. Well, just another dungeon that we have out of the way, so.
And the eastern side of Desert Palace had nothing. Just some rupees and some health. We actually have a lot of health right now. Wow.
Where are we going?
Did he not check out Agahnim cave? I guess not. Didn't I see him walk out of this dungeon when a stream came back up? Or out of this cave?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure he's done this, and I.
Did he? No, he must have floated into it.
What? He was when his stream came back up. Wasn't he right outside this door?
I guess not. I guess it was someplace else.
Maybe he didn't have any bombs at that time. I don't know.
That's okay.
That would be acceptable. Okay, someone in chat also said that he didn't have bombs. Okay, that makes me feel a little better.
I'm glad.
I'm not laughing at you, Errior. I honestly thought you might have just forgotten, but not having bombs makes a whole lot of sense.
All right. Well, where are we going from here for Errior? Looks like we're gonna be turning this
Skullwoods.
mushroom.
I would like him to go to Skullwoods, and he would probably like to go to Skullwoods as well. Yeah, mushroom makes sense.
Yeah.
Having done fake powder, there's really no reason to hang on to the mushroom.
And it also gives us an opportunity, I guess, to buy a potion if we want it. It's a big key.
Ooh.
Thieves Town.
Nice. We found all the useless big keys, so we know that's a good one. Okay, well, Thieves Town's looking mighty fine now, too, because we do have the small key as well. We'll be able to fully clear the entire thing. And... Oh, he's going for it. FEARAgent. I didn't see any attempt on setup there. He might not know the setup, but or maybe he's just trying to YOLO it, as the kids say.
As the kids say. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Whoa, hey, there you go. Oh, and the fancy ice rod.
Well.
Totally worth it, dude. That was great. Dude, shoutouts to FEARAgent for coming back in here to do that. That was great. We don't need no stinking pod keys. Is this a pod key? No, it's Ice Palace. It wouldn't be a pod key, actually. That was a great... He didn't even pause the buff or anything. There's another sword. There's no way that's the sword Errior found.
No, there's no way. That would be very strange. Alright, well... We can finally make our way to this back half of Thieves Town. There's a few items, some chests, and a hint tile as well, so... Might as well get this out of the way.
Yeah, I think someone in chat brings up a good point. If Fear had to go, if he had to hammer me up, he would have to mirror because he wouldn't be able to leave the dark maze because he wouldn't have had a key. He would have to mirror, and then he'd have to go through that long bow lock section again to avoid opening that middle door, which I don't think he had any more keys for at the time. So I think the way he did that actually made a whole lot of sense, to go to Helma first, and then, well, then again, he had to walk all the way around again just to get back there. So it probably was about the same time.
Yeah, I don't think it really mattered in the end. So we have FEARAgent going through Eastern Palace now, as Errior. Did Errior check the hint tile? I
don't think he did.
I'm checking now.
Yeah, okay, he's checking now, yeah. I was gonna say, if he didn't, walking past it 2 times will remind him to go check it.
No, well,
okay.
Yeah, that's good information.
The hints have been really up there, like god tier, and pretty crap tier hints this time. There's no mid tier.
It's like one really sarcastic person giving hints, and there's like one person actually trying to be helpful. But we can't tell because text has no inflection or anything. Ooh, a key to Mr. Mire apparently requires the big red bomb. But
interesting.
We already have the big key, so...
We also have 2 small keys already, so we don't...
I don't think we're going to need that.
Yeah. The logic says that that is required to get the 2 chests on the left side. The firelock chests, but... no, we're not going to do that. There's a lot of useful doors in Mire.
There are. The fishbone room, of course.
Mm-hmm. And there's the one on the way to Vitreous in that first dark room where you use Samaria. There's actually a key lock door in the bottom right of that room that that no one ever goes to. I don't even know what's down there. I think it might be a rupee room.
I think so.
I honestly don't know.
I think it is.
If you're in Mire, what do you need rupees for? I don't know.
I don't know.
That one, I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen anyone go grab those. FEARAgent's finally going down to check out. No, don't. No, go check out the race game in the library. No, we gotta know what those are. Silver's has to be one down there. It's gotta be.
Yeah, I think Errior did do dismiss. Which I don't think we saw. There's our blue pendant, so.
You know, if you aim downward here, there's no little lag time on the fire rod because it doesn't take a second to burn if you shoot it through the doorway.
I didn't know that.
I think that's right. I don't want to. Errior, you're right next to Skullwoods. He's going to Skullwoods. He's just doing it with style. Okay, good. What is Fear doing? Fear is doing the fake powder glitch. There we go. Activate the magic bat without the powder. It's super great. Unfortunately, he had to waste a lot of magic to do it. But that will give him peace of mind to go turn in the mushroom, which that's going to be pretty good. It's going to direct him a little bit further here. Hey, Ice Palace big key.
Yeah, I believe we're missing two at this point. That would be Tower of Hera and Eastern Palace. We know where the Ganon's Tower big key is.
He's doing it! Oh, wait, here we go. Silver arrows right here.
Oh, there's the sword.
Oh, okay, well, there's the last sword. Okay, Silver's got to be at the race game, right? There's no way they're at the blacksmiths. It's like a 50-50 shot at this point, right?
Yeah, I think so. There's no possible way this coin will land heads. Oh,
hey. Right. Alright, so we have no idea what was at the blacksmiths. I think that's the last outstanding location. Man, yeah, we were talking about this near whenever he came back. There's value in just these two spots that Fear just put off for so long. That's okay though. I don't think much would have changed. Mothula might have been a little bit easier because he would have had the tempered sword earlier. But other than that, I don't think it was too bad.
Yeah, I think that would be the big difference is the Mothula fight, and Fear did very well in that. Speaking of Mothula.
Yeah, who says Moth is hard? Get out of here.
Where'd it go?
Easy fight. Easy bow.
Easy bow, easy life. Alright, well. That's, so we're at 4 for Error.
FEARAgent really wants to do Shovel Dash here, but it just didn't work out. That's fine. I appreciate the attempt. Shovel Dash looks really fun.
It's just a shame it doesn't actually dig up items.
Yeah, I believe you can actually like run over where the dig up spot is, and then you have to leave the screen and come back for it to actually work.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me. Looks like we're setting up this fake flipper. Maybe interested in going to Ice Palace.
That's interesting.
It is interesting. We don't have any keys for this for Fear.
Yeah, no keys, no big key. No
flippers either, so
no flippers. There's very little direction for him to tell him to come here.
Ganon's Tower for your present hammer.
Yes, Bamos is in Turtle Rock. We do know where Bamos is. And we do know where the Ganon's Tower big key is. That is in Mimic Cave. So Turtle Rock is pretty great here. We're going to be looking for 2 more Turtle Rock keys in order to access the majority of the dungeon. That vanilla big key chest in Turtle Rock, the one on the lava island, that's going to be probably the outlier here. That's the reason you would want all 4 keys of Turtle Rock before going in, is to be able to check that chest as well. And knowing that there's Bamos in there, it might be a little scary to go all the way in there without all the keys.
Yeah, you don't want to have to come back into the dungeon and pick that up, because it doesn't take a super duper long time, but it does take time. It does take like at least a minute or 2 to get back there.
Yeah.
You would prefer to avoid that if you can in a race.
Whoops.
Yeah, it's
Little bomb mishap. That's fine. It happens.
oh, there's a big key.
That's a good big key. Is that Hera?
It's Eastern
That's
Palace.
Eastern. Nice. Okay, well, there's another dungeon we can fully clear now. Some cash and Aghanim's Tower key is fire. Hey, there's our other Aghanim's Tower key. All right, we will need to
Okay.
find that.
Well, that means that's gonna have to wait until after Turtle Rock at least, or at least until we find Bombos in Turtle Rock. I guess it could somehow not be the case that we had to complete TR.
That's true. Maybe, maybe the last Turtle Rock key is in Mire.
Maybe. Strange things do happen in Key Sanity.
Yeah, when you add keys and stuff to the mix of item pools here, you get some really significantly better hints. Significantly gooder hints.
Significantly gooder. Like Grumble Grumble. That's my favorite.
That's a pretty good hint, and I'm happy we found that one.
But I think you're right, yeah. Overall. So we're checking this right side of Ice Palace. So I guess we did have a smoking.
I hope there's something over here that he can get, and I hope he doesn't. I hope for his sake that there's nothing in the big chest, because we know where that big key is.
We
and
do.
It's not in here. Well, I
Well,
figured.
we don't have to worry about that. But it's still nice to have that. All the same. That is a little bit less useful.
Says you.
Says me. As much as I like bees, I think at this point they're just not that useful. The thing surrounding the bee is the more interesting part of it. Ooh.
Ooh, okay, nice. That's a good find. Turtle Rock small keys are very important right now. I think that's number 2. I think that's only 2 of the 4 that we've seen.
Yes, I believe you're correct.
I was gonna say, oh, well, that didn't work out. Looks like we're going around if he wants to go all the way to Ice Tea Room.
Oh, it is a slippery dungeon, Mikan.
It really is. Even when you're not on ice, it's easy to slip around. No, no. Okay, he's going up. Maybe he's gonna powder this guy. Nope. I'm done making predictions.
Yeah, I think that that silver arrow sword prediction was the limit.
Yeah, I used all of my predictive powers on that moment. And by predictive, I mean probably very obvious. But with the Eastern Palace big key in hand, Errior will be able to get all the way to Armos Knights and finish the dungeon. Then just Mire right over to Pod. It looks like he only has 3 Pod keys, which isn't enough. There's another Turtle Rock! Another Turtle Rock small key in Ice Palace. Oh, that's great.
It is interesting.
Okay, that gives us access actually to Trinex if we want to skip the Lava Island chest. FEARAgent now has 3 of the 4 Turtle Rock keys.
And in all likelihood, that Bombos is not in the center chest, but it could be. That's the big
That's
thing.
the scary part, yeah. You don't want to do that. I mean, it would be nice knowing, but it would be also nice knowing that you have the peace of mind of having all the keys. So
yeah, it'd be nice just having it. You don't have to think about where it is or oh, it's there. Okay, you just want it. Just put it in your pocket. Go about your business. All right. Well, this cold stare fight.
yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. We have that nice golden sword. As long as he doesn't take too many hits, having green mail is not something you want to have when getting hit by cold stare. Yeah, I'll see you later, dude.
Nice.
I was hoping for a Turtle Rock small key.
That would be too much. All right. Well, we're picking up a crystal. I believe this is one of the 5-6.
Oh, did we talk to the bomb shop dude? I haven't even realized.
I'm not sure.
He does have a red crystal, so I'm not sure if that was it or where it was, but he does have one.
He does have one.
One that Errior did not have, I believe, so that was probably it.
Process of elimination. I guess that and pod. But in any case, where are we headed now for fear? Looks like they're interested in going to the right side. Are they going to dip into Turtle Rock some more?
Ooh, that's what I'm thinking. There's not much else to do over here other than get those flippers out of the Spike Cave, but this is not the direction of Spike Cave, so I believe Turtle Rock will be the name of the game.
Perhaps might be heading over to Spike Cave after Turtle Rock,
Yeah,
if they deem it necessary.
that would be very helpful to do. That might be a little difficult to do, considering he'll be going in and out of doors and stuff. But I guess after Trinex, it spits you out at the mouth of the turtle. So it would be really easy to go over to Spike Cave after that. Alright, area into Palace of Darkness with 3 small keys. Probably not going to use one on this door. Knows the importance of them.
It's rather important not to spend them, especially there.
Was there a pod small key in pod?
I don't think so.
Okay, so he's not going to be able to check every chest here then, right? Because don't you need 4? Or am I mistaking? That's what I said earlier, so I hope it's true.
We'll find out together.
Yeah. Okay. So we're getting down to Turtle Rock. We'll see if Fear decides to open up that center island. I would imagine he doesn't do that because he's coming here for the crystal. He's gonna bank on Bamos being on the laser bridge, I think, or something like that, and just hopefully not checking that center island.
Yeah,
maybe
probably
that
not.
maybe that center island is where the last Turtle Rock small key is, and it won't matter.
Hopefully not. And Trinex is also worth an additional item because of the green pendant. So it kind of balances out as far as item counts go too.
Point. Yeah, that's right. Okay. FEARAgent about to get the Ganon's Tower Big Key here in Mimic Cave. Probably looking forward to this. That was such a good hint. And Errior was probably really happy to see that Bamos hint right there as well. And that room he was just in.
Yeah, I think the Bombos hint is the winner for the best hint so far. This seems like something they would pick up anyway. I don't think you would skip this if you're missing the GT Big Key. But who knows?
Yeah. Well, if I was missing Bamos, maybe I would also not skip the laser bridge, if that is where it is. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess knowing if it isn't on laser bridge, you know where it is.
You sure do. You have exact information where it is.
Yeah, and then the value of that hint gets a lot higher actually.
Oh,
There
wow.
it is, GT Big Key.
How unexpected.
You just have to be a prediction master.
I'm sorry, I'm just not as good as you, Mikon.
My informed predictions. Where was Eastern Palace Big Key? Someone's asking. That was in the cave south of the grove, wasn't it? I think.
Yes.
The one you mirror to. Yeah, I think that's where that was.
Something is missing. The big key.
FEARAgent does not have. I forgot he didn't actually have the Turtle Rock Big Key. That is Errior that has that.
If only they could trade. Well, this is a little awkward now. Yes,
Oh, he's gonna go open up the lava. Oh, after getting blasted. That's fine.
These lasers will they'll melt you. I believe they do 4 hearts of damage with green mail. Is that right?
I believe that's right. It's actually a whole bunch. All right, Errior now has no small keys. He will not be able to get to Helmasaur, unfortunately, unless he decides to hard reset and get all of his keys back. That's definitely possible. After bomb jumping here, you're seeing that ice rod, he might think twice. All right, so FEARAgent will need to find the last Turtle Rock key.
That was scary.
Unless it's right here.
There it is.
It's Bombos!
Maybe
Amazing.
that's a blessing in disguise.
Amazing, dude.
All right, well we can go to Mire now.
We can go to Mire, and then that'll get us our Aghahnim's Tower key as well. Stocking up on potions right now seems like a great idea, actually. Errior's heading an Ice Palace, which is fine, I think. We'll be able to... Having no small keys here isn't really an issue, and having the big key is pretty great.
It is.
That is a new location for us. We don't know what that is yet. How many small keys do you need to get through Mire? Someone's asking. The answer is 0, although you will need, by logic, all 3 to get to the Firelock chests on the left side. And we do know one of the Aghanim's Tower small keys is over there, which we will need since this is all dungeons. Having no small keys, I believe you can actually still get those chests on the left side as long as you don't use your keys like a dummy.
Like a dummy.
You should be able to get all of them using the keys under pots and enemies. So, if you're playing correctly, the number of keys you need to get anything in Mire is just the big key. That's it. Big key for the boss and the big chest, and that's all. You can gain everything else with the items already in the dungeon.
I'm a little surprised FEARAgent didn't talk to the witch's assistant for the health refill.
Oh wow, you're right. He didn't do that. He wants to keep us all on the edge of our seats.
Alright, well this is our first dip into Misery Mire. Well, we're gonna use up the potion right away. We do want the sword beams. Makes this room that FEARAgent's heading to right now a lot easier.
Yeah, I really like sword beams in this room. It's really strange to me that the Wizrobes die in one hit from sword beams or anything. Like I don't see why such an enemy that does 4 hearts of damage to you with a normal shot and bumping would die to a fighter slash to your damage.
Wow. They don't wear armor.
They
don't wear armor.
They're too busy working on their wizard spells than their buffness, I guess.
Yeah. They use Constitution as like a dump stat, so they don't have any of it.
That's right.
Darn min-maxers. Alright, well we know what is on the Firelock chests.
Yes, we will know that we need to get it, which means that we'll be able to see the hint over there as well. Errior used his 1 Ice Palace small key to take a little shortcut to get over here really quick. To find that powder. Hooray. Well, that's convenient. That means we don't have to go to the other one, right?
Unless you really want the hint.
Looks like he's going to do it anyway for the hint.
Probably wondering, where the heck are those clippers?
Yeah, that's for sure. Maybe he's thinking, oh, they're probably in Aghanim's Tower. I'll go there next. Yeah, unfortunately, not being able to finish Trinex just put him further away from Spike Cave, and that kind of stinks.
It does, but maybe there's another Turtle Rock small key over here. This is required anyway.
I don't think that'll be the case because you would need all 4 to get Bombos. So yeah. I don't think it can be here.
The unique item.
Yes, that was the hook shot. Yeah.
Yes. And we knew that what that was, so I don't know, I was talking it up. But the hint, again, very useful.
And there's Errior's 3rd Turtle Rock key. I think he has all 3 now, or 3 of the 4, that is. So that's probably pretty high on his radar. And if he goes there and beats Trinex and doesn't see Bombos, he's going to be thinking, oh crap, where's that last key?
Yeah, that's... But it's not the end of the world, because, of course, he did get that hint, so he knows Bombos is in there. He knows that Bombos is required to Mr. Mire. But finding that small key is really, really hard.
Yeah, who knows where that is. If that happens to be, like, I'm kind of avoiding it. If that happens to be the item on the pedestal, I mean, this is all dungeon, so it's not like that really matters. I mean, it's not going to be, because Turtle Rock is a pendant, so I don't know what I'm saying, but
Right, but
that is a situation that can happen.
yes.
Did see the other 2 pod keys in Mire? I say the other 2, but isn't that just 5? There's 6 total. I don't know.
Oh, there's Bugnut.
Yo, I like that hookshot strat. Though Fear's not doing so hot on health, though I believe he still has another blue potion. Did he buy more?
I would assume so. He's got plenty of bottles and plenty of money, so...
I would think so, yeah. Maybe he just kept the B. It's figured that was more important. We'll see.
Well, companionship is important.
Yeah, it really is.
Does have the powder, though, and there's a anti-fairy right before Vitreous.
Oh, that's true.
And with that bug net, we could put that in a bottle. That could be our new friend.
I did see the waterfall fairy was giving out fairies, so that's
kind of
pretty
weird.
Good. Yes, here, take my captured brethren.
There's some dark lore about that, I'm sure.
Alright, those anti-fairies aren't worth it. We'll get the next one.
Yeah, there's plenty of them.
That one ain't worth it either. We'll get the other one.
Like 5 of them right before Vitreous. This one's going to be pretty worth it, I think. I don't think you'll let this one go.
Yeah, there we go. The solar arrows are going to make quick work of this boss.
Yeah, Vitreous is one of those bosses. If you don't have the bow, he's actually pretty hard. If you do have the bow, he's kind of a joke. Ooh. Alright, that's a small key too. That's the other one.
There were 3 pod keys in Mire.
Well.
Great. Well, if Fear didn't check every chest, and I don't think he did considering 3 keys were here, I don't know if that's going to push him to go back there.
Which one would he have skipped? Would it have been the center chest, do you think, in pod?
I think that would be the most inconvenient to go around and get. Maybe. The one in the back might be kind of weird too. Where's he going? He's going to Thieves Town.
Yes, I believe Thieves Town did find that big key. Would be nice to have the small key, but no, that's not required by any means.
Okay, well, Errior is going into Turtle Rock now with only 3 of the keys and is likely not going to get Bombos, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I would totally agree with you there. Has the big key. You would skip that for sure, right?
Oh yeah, you would absolutely go fight Trinex and get the crystal and just bank on that chest not having anything. That's absolutely what you would do in this situation, I think. So I guess the good news is that there's not many other places that last Turtle Rock key can be. It's not gonna be wild like the pedestal or Sahasrah because Trinex is actually blocking both of those.
Have we seen the pyramid?
Yes, the pyramid had bombs on it, and inside the pyramid was a Mire key?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so what do we got then? What else is there? We've seen both the Skullwoods and Ice Palace big chests. We've seen the right side of Desert Palace. We saw the Thieves Town big chest. We've seen everything in Ice Palace, I believe. Yeah, everything in Ice Palace.
We haven't seen Lumberjack Lodge, have we?
Oh my gosh.
It's gonna be awkward if something's there.
Oh, it could just be on Laser Bridge though, right?
Yes.
It could, yeah, it can't. Okay, that's a little more boring. I hope it's not there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we haven't seen Lumberjack Ledge. Errior might have checked it though, is the thing. We're not sure.
We never saw it. So
We didn't see it,
suspense.
so as far as we know, there's a small key up there, and it's the last Turtle Rock key. Yeah. It might be in the big chest here coming up too. We didn't get to see that.
Did not indeed.
Or the roller room chest. That is right above the big key door. Well, I guess after Fear finds the Turtle Rock big, if it happens to be here in Turtle Rock, once Fear finds the Turtle Rock big key, he's probably going to come back.
Probably.
Well, I say that, but he's used all three of his keys, his small keys. He wouldn't be able to get the Trinex even with the big key. But maybe at that point he would figure, I really need to go back there. There's probably something I missed. Where was Bamos? What was that? Bamos is in the vanilla big key chest of Turtle Rock. It's on the little lava island. And that's typically the last spot you check in Turtle Rock. That's going to be your you need 4 keys to get this chest. That's what it's going to be. So Errior not checking that and only having 3 keys means that he's going to have to come back to find that once he finds the 4th Turtle Rock key, wherever it is. We don't know where it is. It's probably over here on Laser Bridge, and that probably means Errior is going to get it immediately. Seeing that Trinex, seeing that it's not down here, since he knows Bombus is here. Is that it? Yeah,
oh
it is.
Boy, that's very fortunate.
That's really good for him. Yeah. Yeah, I completely blanked that it could just be here. I was really hoping it was on somewhere else that we forgot.
Yeah.
And that they forgot too.
Nope, it's here in the dungeon.
That's so boring. Whatever. Oh yeah, he's immediately mirroring. He was like, "Whoops, I gotta go get Vamos." Wait, no.
No, he can head to the left here.
I guess, but I mean, wouldn't you go fight Trinex first to see if Trinex had it? I don't know.
Maybe this is faster. I don't know. I can't say I've ever really been in the situation.
Yeah, if Fear's in an unfortunate position, he might be reluctant to come back until he finds that small key, but yeah, I don't know. That's hard to say. Fear hasn't even been to Swamp House yet, has he? He doesn't have the flippers yet. That's true. He only has 1 footwear.
He's lacking the swimming variety.
Oh, but I think that might be where he's going right now, because he's definitely not going back to Turtle Rock. I hope he's not going back to Turtle Rock. There's nothing there for him.
Did he ever check Hookshot Cave? I assume he did. Right?
Yes. Yes, he did.
Okay.
Yeah, beating Trinex does dump you in front of the dungeon. It drops you off at the turtle's mouth. But I don't think it's that much longer than just what he's doing now. This is probably faster. I'm not actually sure. It probably is. I don't know.
Yeah.
Errior probably knows better than I do, so I'm just gonna trust him.
Yeah, I think you had a good point though. If Bombos is at Trinex, but I guess we're still missing like the Hera big key. So maybe you would come back with that anyway, regardless.
That's true. Very nice zero cycle there on Trinix. FEARAgent's back in Turtle Rock. Did he pick up the big key? I don't remember him picking up the big key. Fear, pause your game. I want to see your menu.
Or he has a small key.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a big. He doesn't have the big key to get through the big door
Yeah.
that leads him to the last small door. Is the problem? That was a great Trinax fight, by the way. Errior kind of nailed it.
Yep. There's our green pendant.
Oh, the Throat Big Key was in Hammer Pegs, and he just got it. Okay, okay. So Fear is kind of back in the saddle here. He's going to be able to finish this dungeon. That's great. I completely forgot where that big key was. That's why I was convinced he didn't have it. But no, that's great.
After they're done here, they go to the left and pick up those flippers.
Yeah, I really hope so. I don't know where he would go otherwise, other than Castle Tower.
Yeah, I don't think he has been there quite yet. There are 2 items in there.
All right, Errior in the Mire. That required Aghanim's Tower key is in here. Other than that, I don't think there was a whole lot.
There's a whole bunch of pod keys.
It's true. There's 3 pod keys in here. maybe he'll go back and check the last chest he didn't check.
And there's as many pod keys in this dungeon as there were in the rest of the game combined.
To answer a question in chat, yes, in Key Sanity specifically, you actually don't know if a dungeon is a pendant or a crystal until you find the map of the dungeon. And then it is on your map like it normally would be. The crystal pendant music is randomized, so you can't tell that way, the way you would normally be able to tell if you didn't check your map. So, yeah, Fear's got to be feeling really good about Smicky there. But yeah, that is a Key Sanity exclusive feature.
Yeah, it doesn't actually matter that much for this particular race because this is all dungeons, but in any non-all dungeons sort of dealy, it's very important.
You can still talk to Sahasrara and the bomb shop, and they will tell you the important pendant and crystal information. Fear got kind of really bodied by that jumping dude. Took a lot of damage. 4 hearts per hop is not great.
Still on green mail as well. Even when you have a lot of hearts, if you don't have at least 1 mail upgrade, you still take a lot of damage from these Darkwood enemies.
Yep. So, Hera Big Key's the last item we need, right? Am I missing something? I think that's it.
I believe you are correct.
Okay, there's only so many spots that can possibly be. It can be on the pedestal, it can be off Sahasrara, and that's about it. Yeah, Hera is a crystal dungeon, so we'll need it before going into Ganon's Tower even. So I think one of those 2 actually seems pretty likely at this point.
Alright, which one do you want? Do you want the pedestal or do you want the old man? I'll take
You know what? I think pedestal would be appropriate just because we don't have the book.
Alright. Then I'll take the old man.
Got it. By the way, Errior did a nice
Oh boy.
action glitch there in Mire. Changing those pegs without going into the bomb room, saving some time, entire seconds actually, not just frames in this case.
Yeah, you very rarely see that actually used in a race. At least that's in my experience. But it's pretty cool, and I have no idea how these get found. But
Yeah. I'm not going to try to explain that one because I don't know the specifics and don't want to sound like a dummy.
same.
But just know that it's neat, and that's all you need to know. Errior finds his third pod key. FEARAgent wanted to go to Swamp Palace and just realized I don't have the flippers yet. Oh crap, where are the flippers?
Heading up to Castle Tower, it looks like.
This makes a whole lot of sense. He has to do this anyway, and it has 2 items in there that I don't think he's checked at either of them yet.
Nope, I believe that was Errior who been here pretty early. That's
He's going back to pod. It makes sense. It really does. He's skipping
Yeah,
one
finish
item
it.
here. Oh man. Actually, he'll be able to turn the green pendant here. Okay, this makes more sense now.
Mm-hmm. This is actually something else that you see not too infrequently in Key Sanity races. Checking the early Aga Tower with 1 key.
Yeah, because you can't check both chests with just 1 key.
Yeah, and they're actually not that. They don't take that long to actually check, either. Is the thing. So
They really don't. That first one's there right away, and then this dark maze is very soon after. Errior actually did not turn in the green pendant. That is still unknown. Might have slipped his mind as he ran right past there.
keeping this in suspense for as long as possible.
Oh, you know what? We haven't seen Lumberjack Ledge yet. That's another spot that big key can be.
I'm gonna feel so vindicated if it is, because I would totally have checked that.
All right. I guess I should mention, do you have the bracket page up? Let me pull up the brackets real quick. I just wanted to see what group these 2 are in. While we have a small bit of downtime while the players head off to their respective bosses. Okay, this is a Group O match. I don't remember the funny names that they gave the groups. It's not labeled in the challenge. But some of them had some pretty silly names. This is actually the first match of the group, it looks like. Unless there's one on another channel that I didn't realize was happening. So for those unfamiliar, we will be seeing 3 races of 6 people in each group, and everyone will play 3 races against everyone else. So this is just match 1 between these 2. Errior had chosen the randomizer settings for this, and FEARAgent will be choosing the randomizer settings for the next race, and then there will be a appropriately randomized for their 3rd match. It's not a best of 3. Everyone will be playing 3 matches regardless. Oh, Group O is Group Old Man. Great.
Oh boy. Well, that's gonna be very appropriate if this big Kita Hera is at this old man right here. We're about to see.
That's true. He remembered it partway through. Oh, he had to fight Helmosaur still, so he probably... Did he go check his extra chest? Oh, wait, no. Helmosaur was his last location that didn't check. Okay, that makes sense. It's bombs.
Well,
we don't have much left. We've had 2 locations we haven't seen.
well, we'll find out. It's a little hard to know for sure.
Where is he going? Is he going to the red bomb? But the red bomb didn't have anything, did it?
I'm not sure if both items got mentioned or just the one for Mystery Mire Small Key.
I guess we'll find out, yeah.
We're gonna find out. We've bought it. We're gonna use it. Maybe even go into Aghanim's tower right after that.
Oh, that... You know how much sense that makes? That's crazy.
Sometimes I say things that make sense become. It's rare, but it happens.
Oh, he's going to be duping the bomb here if he gets this correct. Oh! Barely missed it. I think after the pegs, he might have mistimed the dash a little bit, and that might have screwed it up.
Well, we can always buy another one.
Yeah, I'm not an expert on this glitch or this method, but that might have been what happened. I don't know what is happening, but it could have been this. Alright, FEARAgent getting his nothing from Catfish. Did he actually ever come back to buy Zor's item?
Evidently not until now. But we're gonna find out. That Smokey's been there taunting him.
Where was that too? That was something important, right? Is that the desert one?
I think that's the Desert Smokey.
Okay, well, that's not gonna lead to anything.
It's just gonna be more disappointment.
Well, he can't get it anyway because of the flippers.
No, it doesn't.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so it was $300. Misery Mire, Smokey.
Yo, Errior, go pull the pedestal for us. I think that's where your Hera key is.
Are we about to do that? I think we're doing it.
I think we're doing it. If it's not here, it's on Lumberjack, and neither of them checked it, which I think would be hilarious.
Well, if your agent's going there now, he's like, my flippers have to be on Lumberjack, right? Where else could they possibly be?
That's right. He never checked this, so we'll be able to see both at the same time.
Well, we're gonna see one a little bit sooner, so it's gonna kind of ruin the suspense for the pedestal, but
It's bombs. Oh, dude, here we go. Ba, 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 ba.
there it is.
Yeah, there's our Hera big key on the pedestal.
Alright, well, pedestal required. It's all Dungeon Soda, I mean, you know, that doesn't really matter that much.
I was so hoping that was the book.
Oh no. Alright, well, something a little interesting about having Hera as your last dungeon is you can go to the Dark World, and Mire can go to Hera, and then you can just walk in your portal and go to Gan's Tower.
It's been
Pretty convenient.
after Ganon's Tower, you can mirror and then immediately finish Aghanim's Tower because that's still something you have to do.
Yeah, and then once you beat Agahnim, you get put on the pyramid. You can go fight
Oh
Ganon.
my god, this chain of events was absolutely calculated. Yes, that is go mode for Error. He is definitely in go mode now.
Yes. Camera cuts to Errior. There's a bunch of math equations floating in front of his face.
Calculated.
Beep, boop, beep, boop.
Hacker Man lives. No. Alright. So this will be a really nice chain of events here for Errior. It was really convenient that Hera happened to be a crystal, because that really limited the locations that it could be. Like, we don't have to go to Ganon's Tower to find anything to finish up in a dungeon like that.
Yeah, that can happen.
Fear going back in to check the one chest in here he didn't get to check. And I don't know what else he has.
Well, I mean, obviously a spike cave, but
Right, other than that, I suppose.
oh, he didn't check the chest at the bottom?
Oh, wow, he didn't. Okay. That makes sense. If you go and check that, you have to go through the loop again.
Yeah.
So I guess he was just trying to avoid that.
Oh, it's Smoky the Skull Woods. Not going to be very happy with that. And And then this other small key, I guess, is the harmless hallway.
Oh yeah, because he only came in with 3 and opened up no extra doors. He went straight to Helmasaur.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's gonna have to come all the way back here, and then he's gonna have to walk down again to get that drop chest. Hey,
Ooh,
red mail off of Mega Moldorm. I almost said Mini Moldorm, but no, he's the big one, the big burger.
big burger.
That's
The Big
about all you
Mac.
can really. Yeah, the Big Mac. That's about all you can really ask for. Did Fear? No, wait, who? He got that drop chest. What am I talking about? Yeah, that's like the only thing you could possibly want at this point in the game, and nice. It's right there.
Yeah, it's unavoidable. You cannot not get it.
Alright, we have the big key, and we have a small key. I would hope we have a small key at this point. So we don't have to do anything against Tower. We can just run straight upstairs.
Yeah,
That's
no,
one of the better things. One of the better things about Key Stanley, you don't have to do anything in the basement most of the time.
most of the time, yeah. I mean, all dungeons kind of can change that, but we are all set at this point.
Yeah, you would think in all dungeons you would be able to, oh, hello, sound. You think in all dungeons that you might have to come in here a little more often to find something to finish a pendant dungeon, but not today.
Not today.
Oh, Fear's about to get his Eastern Palace big key. That's good. He does need that, but it's still not going to lead to the heroine.
No, it's not.
Or the flippers.
Flippers are very important. I've been told.
Nope, there's the bomb.
Um,
You know what? He had that mirror. Or he got it at a pipe cave over there, right? It would have been... Oh, man. He even came and checked the shovel spot at some point and just didn't do it in the Dark World, so he couldn't just mirror and check that immediately. That's just really unfortunate how that turned out.
it is, yeah. Okay, oh, we do have Error powering his way through the gauntlet. Has pretty much anything you could ever want at this point in the game. So, pretty smooth sailing.
Blowing through this room here, we'll see how Level 2 goes. Much better than Landmore 1, which was done with just the Master Sword, so I guess that makes sense.
Yes.
It's probably a weird thing to say, actually. That's fine. I love these rooms with Samaria. It's super cool doing it.
Simplifies things. Ooh, this is,
What the heck? Get out of here. I hate it when you
That's-
run into these guys.
yeah, usually you can just plow right through them, but, sometimes they do poke you.
There's got to be like a consistent setup to dash through them always for all RNGs. Maybe not, actually. This game's pretty heavy on the RNG. That's the NMG guys. They probably know which pixel to stand on to make sure that never happens.
It's really bad too, because once they're on top of you, it can be a little hard to get them off, and they try to tackle you into the pit. It's rather comical, really.
Yeah, the approaching pit doesn't really help either. Fear must be thinking, man, I can't believe Armor's Height has the flippers after all this.
Well, they're blue. I should have known, but at least I finally have them. Nope. You have a
No.
different blue item today.
He's more bombs to bomb. The frustration bombs. Alright, I don't think he has anything left except Spike Cave. Right? I maybe?
It has to be Spike Cave. or pedestal. But he doesn't have the Swamp Palace pendant, so
Goldwood's big chest.
I guess that would be, yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, he definitely went through here beforehand.
In the meantime, Errior taking down Aga 2.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, I think. Yeah, this is Skullwood's big. He didn't get to check this because he did this. What the heck is a guard here? Get out of here. He did this dungeon long before having the big key. He saw that big key and he's thinking, oh, it's the Hera key. Nope, we're going to Ice Palace next.
Oh, no, don't know. Well, we know the flippers can't be there.
Oh, good point. Okay,
So
he
there's
should
no
know
reason
that.
to Never check that.
That's a
unless there's
really-
Hera big key.
Oh, that's such a good point. He's got to be so happy. Well, okay, he's probably not happy, but he knows that the can't be Ice Palace big chest. Oh, he's going
Okay.
to. Let's go.
All right. I wonder if he's been aware that this has been open the entire time and has just consciously made the effort to avoid it.
I would be like more excited about Errior, but he's doing Aghanim's Tower right now, so whatever.
Oh, yeah. Still gotta do that.
He's also gonna be finishing here in like 5 minutes.
Probably, yeah.
But until then, I'm more interested in what Fear thinks. Well, at least he doesn't have to go back to Ice Palace.
Or does he? Do you think he's going to?
Well, there's
Would you
no
pull
way.
Ped before going
No
back to the
way.
next one?
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely would do that because I'm a doofus, and also probably right in this case.
Yeah, I mean... You go through all this trouble just to find these things, right?
The bomb's coming. There they are.
Yes. Very well deserved, I would say.
Alright, FEARAgent not in gun mode quite yet. Still needs that Hera big key off the pedestal, which is likely going to be the next stop after a full clear of Swamp Palace.
I wonder if at this point, if it wouldn't be too unreasonable just to skip left side swamp somehow and just go for the pedestal.
There's no way.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
guess
way
not.
that'll happen.
I mean, there's two
Agahnim
items
being-
over there.
Someone was asking why Agahnim is being done. This is a all dungeon seed, which means you must do all of the penance, all the crystals, and both Agahnim fights before Ganon is damageable in his final phase. So, typically you wouldn't see any items even in Aghanim's Tower, though this being Key Sanity means that there actually were 2 items here to grab. So, there was reason outside of just Aghanim to do it. It just kind of didn't work out that way for the players. It's pretty common to do after Ganon's Tower to Mire to do Aghanim's Tower. It's pretty common, I feel, in all dungeons if you can do it that way.
Yeah, because if you don't have to do Aghanim for like Dark World access or anything, there's no point in doing it before that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, Aghanim 1 is pretty easy after you beat Aghanim 2.
That's true. There's only about a third of the lasers, though it takes probably almost double the time.
Yeah, because you only hit one back at a time. And here's Ganon.
Alright. Pretty sure everyone's seen Ganon by now. They know how it works, right? Gold sword, 6 slashes, all that jazz.
Yep.
Whatever.
On our phase 3 now. We have 12 Zeros, that should be plenty.
Why, yes, we did find the arrows. Although a lot of us hadn't even seen it until recently. We did find them.
Ooh,
That was a little scary there, but managed to get that slash in.
wow, Ganon really likes this corner.
Yeah, a little unfortunate positioning on that last teleport, staying right there so we couldn't get a double, but just enough time to get that last hit in. That execution by Errior, beyond just the Ganon fight, was actually super great. I was a big fan.
Yeah, had a very good Argus fight, for example. And there you go.
Yeah, the GT climb wasn't anything to sneeze at as well. A lot of races turned their tides in GT execution, and it was quite clear that Errior knew what he was doing. So congratulations to him. I don't know if he will be joining us for a chat. Oh, yes, he will be. Yo, what is up, Errior? Congratulations.
Yo, thanks.
Did you have anything left other than the pedestal at that point? I forget.
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Really my last location. I full cleared everything else.
We were
Go
we
ahead.
were really concerned about Bombos, and then that last Turtle Rock key on the laser bridge kind of bailed you out really good.
Yeah, so that was kind of interesting because I was considering the whole time, should I just immediately go for the middle chest? But I realized that I couldn't keylock myself there because if there was no other Turtle Rock small key and I beat Turtle Rock, then I couldn't have come back to the lava chest without something weird going on. So once I got that small key, I was considering just finishing Turtle Rock first and then coming back later, but I'm not exactly sure what was faster. If I just had the mirror first, I don't know.
Yeah, I think with knowing that Bombos was in Turtle Rock because of that pod hint was actually really great. Even if Trinex didn't drop it, you could easily just walk back in the mouth and head down there and grab it because you knew it would be there at that point.
Yeah, exactly. I knew it had to be somewhere, but I wasn't sure what was faster.
Right, like mirroring where you did or walking all the way back through. Yeah, I understand. I don't think they'd be too different, though I'm sure one is faster than the other.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, aside from that, it wasn't all too bad. Of course, I mean, the pedestal required, but all in all, it could have been worse.
Yeah, if you're gonna get a pedestal seed, all dungeons is the way to do it. I don't think there was really much too bad about that. And speaking of pedestal, your opponent is just about to grab it, at least on our stream. He had a little unfortunateness. He didn't get the flippers until just recently.
Yeah, I was watching the restream.
And he actually dipped Turtle Rock way early before having the big key, so he was locked out of the laser bridge. So he had to. He did get Bombos a lot earlier, that's for sure. But he had to come back a little bit later to finish that. And FEARAgent does now get his Tower of Hera big key and is now in go mode. I think he's done enough rage bombing. He's all business now.
So I have a question, Aaron. If you wanna... It would be that since you got to pick the settings for this particular seed, what was your thought process for that? Why'd you pick the things that you did?
Okay, so in my mind, my greatest strength would be my execution and be able to full clear everything efficiently. And all dungeons key sanity will probably emphasize those strengths.
Yes, I agree.
And the fact that standard Uncle Assured is more laziness, and I like having a sword, I guess.
Yes, I can agree.
Like, basically, if I can emulate an MG in such a big way as possible, then I'll be happy. The fact that it was early boots did help.
Yeah, you were kind of down on our stream for quite a while, like 20 minutes or so. So we're just kind of hoping. We thought Fear got the boots super quickly, but I guess it might have sounded like you got them just as quick.
Yeah, I think it was around 19 minutes, if not faster. I'm not sure. It was really quickly. I think it was one of the first things I did was Flute 2-6 once I got Midsamuko.
Yeah, I think that's what Fear did as well. He hadn't gone to he skipped out on South Shore right away. He actually, as soon as he finished the sick kid in the tavern, he was in the Dark World. He didn't get the silvers or the tempered sword for actually quite a while. Well, he had found the
okay.
he had found the you guys had swapped your third and fourth swords. I think he got his in Bod, maybe? I don't remember where the tempered sword.
Well, Dark Maze.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. But that definitely would have helped him on like Mothula or something. But yeah, he was right in the Dark World. It was pretty impressive how quickly that you guys had access to it and immediately took advantage of it.
Yeah, I believe that I did the overall Dark World overworld, like into Hype Cave, and then I got the Mire there. So then I did South Shore. It all worked out perfectly.
Yeah, it was actually a great spot for that Mire to be. We were discussing it. Man, Mire would actually be really convenient to have right here because it was easy not to do South Shore immediately. So what if you can just combine that with the Southern Dark World checks, and there, sure enough, there it was.
Yeah, I was kind of afraid once I found the Eastern Big Key, because if FEARAgent routed in such a way that he did do like the South Shore first, then he would have found Hammer in the Dam, which would have meant that he would be able to do Hype Cave into like towards Digging Game, and then he would have found it pretty early.
Yeah, that.
So it
makes
was
a whole lot
slightly
of
awkward.
sense. Yeah, it really was. You get the Mirror just right after you needed it. Man, I don't want to walk all the way back there just for that one ledge item.
Yeah,
But,
exactly. Later you would be able to combine it with the shovel. That's what I did. But there is no real incentive to check those two out of the way locations when you have like dungeons all open. So there were quite a few decision points in this seed that, made more or less, it made different amount of sense depending on how you looked at the seed. It was a pretty cool seed overall.
Mm-hmm. I did appreciate by the end that nothing was in Ganon's tower. Like there was absolutely nothing. Like not a red mail, not a sword, not half magic or silvers. We got those really early.
Barely any hearts as well, because we had so many.
Oh yeah, you sure did.
I have boots at 12 minutes. I just saw, so pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. Super quick boots.
That's really all I ask for in a seed. Early boots, early sword. And it can be as trolly as it wants to be. Yeah, also that collection rate. Considering I didn't open anything in GT,
That's pretty up there, but I guess in Key Sanity, when you have to do a blind pedestal pull, I suppose that's about what it should be.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's pretty much what you ask for when you generate a seed like this, I suppose.
Yeah, I would say so.
FEARAgent going nuts with this fire rod. I'm a big fan of the fire rod on these Stalfos enemies that don't burn; they just immediately die, which is one of the main draws of using it on them.
It's a little weird considering they're skeletons, but we don't question that, I guess.
Yeah, maybe it's so brittle that it immediately turns into ash or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They're actually made of sticks, is the thing. They don't talk about that.
stick foes.
Exactly.
You gotta stick it to them. Yeah, one thing I do want to mention about this seed is that I need to learn to not try impromptu new things like the big bomb thing. That wasn't too great.
Oh yeah, did you you messed up a dash or something right at the hammer pegs? It looked like, or did I?
I think I hesitated around the big stones, like when you want to dash left.
Oh, I see.
I guess I was just too late there. I'm not exactly sure. Like I said, I've seen it done. I didn't exactly know how it worked. So yeah.
Yeah, I see what
You
you're
know,
saying.
that reminds me. Because it kind of looked to us that FEARAgent might have sort of improv the hammer jump. I'm not sure if that's actually the case or not, so I'll be interested to ask them once they finish. But yeah, it did seem like something went wrong clearly because you didn't get the actual dash, but you had plenty of money to buy another one. So
Yeah, exactly.
So I think, well, we'll probably go over it with Fear once he gets in here, but I think Fear's unbuffered positioning for that hammer jump just shows that he actually knew what he was doing. It was just kind of a routing decision he made, is what I'm thinking.
yeah, I would believe that as well.
Is doing
Hammer
that
jump is- Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, doing that no, it's fine. Doing that unbuffered is pretty difficult.
Yeah, for sure. Hammer jump really is one of those things that are almost required for key sanity, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, you both had since 3 pod keys were in Mire, both of you had the double dip pod to get everything in there.
Yeah, about that. I wasn't too happy that there wasn't any key in pod. Usually there is a small key in pod, but yeah.
No, just the big key in there today.
okay, we have FEARAgent heading into Agahnim 2 now. They have, of course, beaten Agahnim 1, so after this is done, they can just go straight to Ganon.
Oh yeah, that routing kind of worked out for you. Just kind of luckily that you could mirror outside GT to do Hera, and then Aghanim right afterwards, which is typical of all dungeons, I suppose.
Yeah.
I do appreciate the item change to bombs, because these are some pretty butts patterns we're getting here. Now,
They
that one
certainly-
might have only counted once. I'm not sure. Oh, there's the bomb. Without these capacity upgrades, we're gonna run out of bombs here pretty soon. Oh my gosh, how did that one not hit? That was so close. Dude, this fight sucks. I hate it so much.
It's terrible.
There we go.
Alright.
Come on, we have 3 bombs left. Might be saving them for Ganon.
Can't save him for Aga 1, apparently.
Yeah, we did that one already. Well, also, I don't know about you because your stream wasn't up at the time, but did you have to farm much for bombs and escape?
I think I killed almost every enemy, and then my first red dropped a 4-pack, so I was kind of sad about that. I think I almost looped through the card price pack.
Because we saw FEARAgent. I think he didn't get his 4 bomb drop until like the very
Rats.
end of the very end of the room where you needed the bombs. It was pretty scary.
Wow, they didn't drop anything then? That's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah,
Well, he
that's
got a
actually
fairy.
he did get a
At some
fairy.
point.
I don't know if it was from a snake or not. But
Yeah,
I think it
possible.
was.
Because the snake follows the guard price pack.
oh, I see.
Alright, well here we are in the final phase again, and we're FEARAgent. 18 arrows, plenty of magic.
Oh, is he gonna be able to catch this? Okay, good. The torches are kind of staggered a bit, so this might be okay. Okay, I was thinking it would be a little awkward, but he made it work.
Again, I had terrible warps, by the way.
Yeah, he really liked that corner for you. Alright, there we go, FEARAgent. taking down Ganon.
All right, congrats to FEARAgent for sticking through this. Just unfortunate seed for him. It just things didn't really work out. I feel is what happened. I don't think his
Yeah.
decisions were bad. They just happened to not work out, which is just kind of rando for you, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I think the flippers were definitely what just really hurt him a lot, and they were in a pretty inconvenient location as well. So, just how it goes.
I think that if he had the Turtle Rock Big Key to finish Trinex, he would have nabbed those slippers like immediately. Since he didn't, he couldn't exit through the turtle's mouth, so they become a very inconvenient location for him to go back to.
Well, if he had the big key when he went in there the first time, he would have to get the. I guess if he got Bombos before finishing Trinex. But anyway, we are joined by FEARAgent Chi.
Hey, welcome.
GG.
How are you feeling?
I feel okay. If you had told me before we started that I would lose by 15 minutes to Errior, I would have said, yeah, that sounds about right.
That sounds about right. You had some, we were just talking, you had some pretty unfortunate choices. I don't think any of your choices were bad. They just didn't really work out the way you were hoping.
Yeah, I orphaned a lot of stuff. If I'm going to beat Errior, I got to like make lots of gambles because he's just going to out execute me like every day. So I orphaned a bunch of stuff, and all the stuff that I ended up orphaning sort of bit me in the butt a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, there were a lot of awkward locations.
I left Eastern Palace Key in K45 for a long time, and then my last actual item before getting the Herat Key was my flippers.
Yeah, we were just talking about, had you had the ability to beat Trinex and exit Turtle Rock through the front door, you might have been inclined to go check Spike Cave right after then.
Yeah, there was a couple times where I'm like, oh, I should go to Spike Cave now. And then I was just like, nah, I'm just going to leave it. Obviously, it was the wrong choice. Also, the way I routed Turtle Rock a couple times, I forgot that you need the big key to get to to the laser bridge. I thought it was after the laser bridge. And so I went in there and I was like, oh, crap, I don't have the big key. And then I ended up going back. I orphaned Bombos there and then went back for it. And that ended up turning out okay.
Yeah, we had that hint in pod about Bombos being in Turtle Rock, which might have made more routing impact had you actually had the ability to beat Trinex, because you would have had to come back later with the last key.
Yeah.
So I guess it kind of worked out.
Yeah, it's almost better that I didn't. I felt like I also went up to Turtle Rock hoping that the key would be on Laser Bridge as well.
Well, you nailed that decision, because that's definitely where it was, and it figures as well.
If it wasn't there, I would have quadruple dipped TR, so that would have been fun. No, I feel like
stuff that chat dreams of.
I felt like my early routing, I got really lucky, getting the bow pretty early and the boots and stuff, but
yeah, you definitely had the bow. You definitely had the bow a lot earlier than Errior did. I don't feel like it made too much of an impact, considering we didn't have the ability to really get too much in pod. I mean, having the 3 small keys, you both double dipped pod looking for items.
Yeah, my pod routing was a little strange, but when I found the key, the big key in pod, it messed me up. This is actually like my 5th key entity that I've ever done. So
yeah, it can be pretty tricky at times, especially pod. Pod just makes no sense. It's really hard to keep in mind how many keys the game expects you to have logically and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and avoiding that center door is really important. It's so convenient to open, but saving that key can be a real, I guess, time saver, really.
Yeah, I was debating really hard whether I wanted to immediately beat Trinex or not. I mean, Helmsaur or not. it's so hard with free keys. Because either you just clear everything aside from helmets, or you orphan one of those chests. And it's so hard to come back to one of those chests.
Yeah, it really is.
I think I might have only had 2 keys when I went in there too.
And then Mire had 3 of them.
Yeah. Maybe I had 3. I can't remember. My brain is a little mushy right now.
That's key sanity for you. There's so many items that are progression that it's really hard to keep track of where everything was. That's my main issue. It's really hard to talk about the seed afterwards because I found a lot of stuff, but I can't remember where.
Oh, Fear, we do want to call attention to your non-buffered hammer yump. That was pretty nice.
Thanks. I'm actually worse doing the buffered version, so I just have to go for it, and I ended up getting it that time.
Very nice to see.
Really tight on timing to get that exact pixel, or both the exact pixels, really. But yeah, that worked out.
Yeah. So you guys have to play 2 more times. Next time, Fear gets to pick the settings. Any particular settings you're thinking about, or you want to keep it a secret, or not really thinking about it?
I don't know if I can pick a setting that I can beat Arian, so I might just
Probably
have to
not
like.
key sanity.
Yeah, I'm definitely not picking key sanity. That's for sure. And
Man.
all dungeons really plays into his strength because he's such a good runner. So maybe a little endomizer or something to throw a wrench in it all. I don't know.
Fun.
I like that.
That'd be fun to see.
Not that I'm good at endomizer, but maybe might be a little bit of an equalizer. A bit. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Or I might just go open random swords, normal, defeat Ganon. just a regular seed.
Regular old seed. Who knows?
Yeah. Where I can just get lucky and route luckily better or something.
Okay, very interesting.
Now Errior is really good. I mean, I knew that I was gonna be a big underdog in this one, and honestly I just feel lucky to be here. So I'm that kid who's like, hey, look at me, I'm here.
I mean, anyone who makes the top 96 deserves to be there. I fervently believe in that. So anyone has the chance to take a game of anyone, no matter what the mode is. And I don't think anyone should underestimate anyone at this point.
Sure, I'm not like forfeiting right away. Like I'm definitely giving it my best, but I have to. I have to play really, really well to beat someone like you. Just trying to compliment you, dude.
I'm just trying to compliment you back.
Things.
Let's all be
great,
friends.
alright?
Let's all be friends.
Both great.
19 minutes for my boots as well. I think, is that what you got?
I got 12.
Oh, okay. So you got them earlier than I did.
Yeah, you both went there like almost immediately after getting the mitts out of what town? It was super quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did race game, like the entire Kakariko loop into race game. Then I checked the desert ledge item, and then I went straight into Mire shit.
I do love getting flute and boots early.
It's the best.
It was a little unfortunate, Fear, that you didn't go down and check the library and the race
Yeah.
game early on.
I was just trying to do some crazy routing and see if I could find some stuff. In my dip into Skullwoods, or when I went into Skullwoods after getting the fire rod, I got all the way to the last room, killed the little dude, and then got grabbed by the hand and ran out of magic. So that was a little frustrating.
Oh, that feels bad.
All right. Well, I guess will just about do us. Everyone have any final thoughts here before we sign off?
Oh, thanks for commentating, and Shandis for the tracking. Ari, I'm coming for you next time.
Yo, I'm waiting. Let's
There you
make
go.
2 more good matches. I already know what I'm going to veto, by the way. So for the third
I have
one.
an idea too.
All right. Well, if you guys want to make sure you don't miss that next race, be sure to give both of our runners a follow, and make sure you follow the Speed Gaming 1-6 ALTTPR 1-5, I believe. Is that right, Nikon?
Yes, that is correct.
Follow all of them. every last one. And of course, thank you to our tracker Sean for tracking, keeping us up to date. It was a little bit of a weird one at the early, and they made sure we knew what was what. And of course, thank you to Bekan for co-commentating with me. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I always have a lot of fun. It's super great.
Would you say we have a lot of fun?
I sometimes.
Fair enough.
All right, everyone, watch all the matches going on. I'm sure there's a match on one of the channels going on right now. I actually don't know. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us. Play Zelda, play video games. Video games are cool, and take care, everyone.